Ladies and gentlemen, it has begun. Oh my goodness, the camera quality is not too bad, eh? Not too shabby. It has begun. The countdown has begun. And the reason why I'm making this video is because I'm just like, I don't know why, right? But this may serve as an obvious warning, bro. So the US has launched its Christmas lights and it just literally lit up Nigeria. Okay, but what does that have to do with us? Remember how the whole world has been on some, not the whole world necessarily, but how the US has always been on this genocide on Christians in Nigeria. I don't support the killings of Christians, the killing of anything, you know what I'm talking about. And remember how we was also, okay, let me get into this because this is insane, right? This is hella insane. They've been saying there's a white genocide in South Africa and I'm getting scared. After this, the countdown has begun.
Welcome back to Live Now from Fox. I'm Shauna Kalafi. A live look at the White House this Christmas evening. We are following breaking news from D.C. President Trump announcing that the U.S. has launched airstrikes in Nigeria. This is the post from President Trump on Truth Social just a few minutes.
After months of condemnation, after months of trying to warn Nigeria, I don't know how true this is, but listen to this, bro. No, it's also crazy that he has his own his own social media platform. Tonight, at my direction as Commander-in-Chief, the United States launched a powerful and deadly strike against ISIS terrorist scum in northwest Nigeria, who have been targeting and viciously killing primarily innocent Christians at levels not seen for many years and even centuries. How long, bro? How long must we wait until the United States launched a powerful and deadly strike against maybe the ANC, against a South African terrorist group who have been targeting and viciously killing primarily innocent white Afrikaners? How long are we going to have to wait for that? I have previously warned these terrorists. I already see it, that if they did not stop the slaughtering of Christians, there would be hell to pay, and tonight there was. The Department of War executed numerous perfect strikes, as only the United States is capable of doing. You know, it's also funny. I think I'm gonna do my research into this. There's a lot of region that's gonna go into this, but why is it that these big countries are the only ones that have nuclear power? You know what I'm saying? But we don't. Why is it that most of the initiatives that we start never get licensed or allowed by them, but they get to do whatever they want? It's a funny world. Under my leadership, our country will not allow radical Islamic terrorism to prosper. May God bless our military, and Merry Christmas to all, including the dead terrorists, of which there will be many more if their slaughter of Christians continues. This is insane. Let me take a goddamn screenshot of this. This is insane, brother.
For Nigerian government support and cooperation, Merry Christmas. Again, that was breaking news from Washington, D.C. Tonight, President Trump announcing the U.S. has launched
I don't know how you guys see it, but this is scary. As a South African, I'm concerned. I'm concerned because there's been a lot of attacks, especially on South Africa. In the recent, you all know what's happening. Being kicked out of G20, it's almost like a slow death, a white genocide. Whoever came up with this white genocide nonsense, we are all about to pay Buffett. And I don't mean to be negative. I pray this shit doesn't happen, bro. I pray. But how long will we have to wait for the first strike on South Africa because of this white genocide? How long? The clock is ticking. The countdown has begun. It has started. You can get on the true reasons behind the attack on Nigeria, so on and so forth. I don't really care about that. I'm just like the loss of innocent lives. People who didn't have nothing to do with this also. This is the craziest. I know I always say there's some crazy shit that I come across every single day, but this must be one of them. It has started. It has begun. I think now it's either you. Sounds a shoe, straight. Let me see how true this is though. I need to see if I can find something online, on Google, obviously, on the internet, and see something, G. It is true, bro. 15 minutes ago, 40 minutes ago, 2 hours ago, these biggest news outlets did report this. So why has... There's a lot of articles here, bro. This is bad. This is not looking good, bro. This is not looking good for Africa. The thing is, our leaders are sellouts. So it's true. Donald Trump says US struck ISIS targets in Nigeria over attacks on Christians. The US carries out strikes on Nigeria targeting Islamic what. The US says it did strike Islamic State militants in northwest Nigeria. US launches deadly. Maybe this, I'm looking too much into this. I'm not gonna read into it. I'm just like, how long until it's South Africa? I guess we'll have to wait and see then. It's a waiting game now. It's a maybe it's not as deep as I'm thinking. Maybe these militants in Nigeria who've been killing Christians deserve what's coming. Maybe it has nothing to do with South Africa. Maybe it's not our concern as well. I just think that maybe we should be paying a little attention, and if close attention to what's happening. And if there really is a white genocide in South Africa, then y'all should show us. Let's deal with it. I mean, it's not there, Gafana. And whoever came up with this white genocide nonsense, you have fucked us over. I feel like it was a deliberate, you know what I'm saying, deliberate. Ushukuti, maybe you're in some way benefiting from the US in some way, maybe. So we'll have to wait and see. What do you think of what's happening? I think it's crazy, but what do you think? Comment down below to hear what you all think. And as always, I'm seeing you in the next one. But this is insane.